Jerusalem evictions that triggered Gaza war could still happen. Rights groups say evictions of Palestinian families could still proceed in the coming months as international attention wanes, potentially igniting another round of bloodshed. A long-running campaign by Jewish settlers to evict dozens of Palestinian families in East Jerusalem is still underway, even after it fueled weeks of unrest and helped ignite an 11-day Gaza war. An intervention by Israel's Attorney General at the height of the unrest has put the most imminent evictions on hold. But rights groups say evictions could still proceed in the coming months as international attention wanes, potentially igniting another round of bloodshed. The settlers have been waging a decades-long campaign to evict the families from densely populated Palestinian neighborhoods in the so-called Holy Basin, just outside the walls of the Old City, in one of the most sensitive parts of East Jerusalem. Israel captured East Jerusalem, home to holy sites sacred to Jews, Christians, and Muslims, in the 1967 war and annexed it in a move not recognized internationally. Israel views the entire city as its capital, while the Palestinians want East Jerusalem as the capital of their future state. The settlers are using a 1970 law that allows Jews to reclaim properties lost during the 1948 war surrounding Israel's creation, a right denied to Palestinians who lost property in the same conflict, including Palestinian citizens of Israel. The Israeli rights group Ir Amim, which closely follows the various court cases, estimates that at least 150 households in the neighborhoods of Sheikh Jarrah and Silwan have been served with eviction notices and are at various stages in a long legal process. The plight of 4 extended families comprising 6 households in Sheikh Jarrah, who were at risk of imminent eviction, triggered protests that eventually merged with demonstrations over the policing of a flashpoint holy site. After warning Israel to halt the evictions and withdraw from the site, Hamas fired long-range rockets at Jerusalem on May 10, triggering heavy fighting between Israel and the Islamic militant group that rules Gaza. As tensions rose, Israel's Attorney General Avichai Mandelblit secured the postponement of the final hearing in the case of the 4 families. Another group of families requested that the Attorney General also intervenes in their cases, securing a delay. Israelis are currently trying to form a new government, adding more uncertainty to the process. That has bought time for the families, but nothing has been resolved. Everything is very much hanging in the balance, said Amy Cohen, a spokeswoman for Ir Amim. Rights advocates fear Israel will proceed with the evictions once the furor dies down and international attention turns elsewhere. We're talking about over 1,000 Palestinians in both these 2 areas that are at risk of mass displacement, Cohen said. Because these measures are taking place in such an incremental manner, it's so much easier to dismiss.